save yourself.
With Splinter Cell Conviction, we really are setting out to reinvent the Splinter Cell franchise and also kind of redefine what people think about stealth action gameplay. We're moving away from the model of using, light and shadow to be invisible and using it more as a tool for being the predator. Our goal has been to try to make the players capture that same feeling about being able to work together in order to be these ruthless elite agents who can use stealth, move into action, back into stealth to strike at their enemies in a very ruthless and efficient way.
Easy, I got you.
For us, that meant a co-op multiplayer experience and to focus on co-op for 2 players. The reason being that if you look at what Splinter Cell Conviction's about, it's taking Sam, taking the leash off of Sam, allowing him to kind of apply his ruthlessness and his efficiency without the usual kind of rules of engagement buzzing in his ear. For us, we wanted to be able to take that same experience and apply it in a multiplayer context. Rather than having the players kind of stalking each other around trying to apply the same mechanics, it was interesting for us to let them feel powerful, but also do it in a way that was coordinated. Reward the players for working together, not just in a stealth way, but in an action way. Instead of being the Panther, now we're the 2 lone wolves that are kind of stalking our prey and able to kind of flank them from different sides.
This has got to be the spot where the tunnel runs close to the old bunker. Let's set the charges.
Really what we're doing is we're defining both a story mode. So there's a 4-mission story arc that defines a prequel to the single-player storyline, as well as what we're calling deniable ops, which is 4 additional game modes that the players will be able to explore outside of the story. The co-op story is really defined as a series of missions the players are going on in the former Soviet Union, and in which the Third Echelon Agency, which used to employ Sam Fisher, has sent one of their best agents, the American Archer, into the field along with a Russian agent from their counterpart agency, Voron. And these 2 agents, who don't really like each other, they don't really trust each other, have to work together, kind of set aside their differences in order to be able to intercept these EMP warheads that are being sold to the black market. And in terms of deniable ops, what we're focusing on is more of the missions that will challenge players in a lot of different ways to use those same co-op mechanics. So for example, our hunter mode, going into a map and eliminating the enemies you find there, all the way up to what we're calling our sort of adversarial mode, which is our spy versus spy mode, call it face off. And this is the 2 agents stalking each other through the shadows, but also adding into that same mix AI enemies that are hostile to both players, who can be both a hazard to the players but also a tool for trying to flush your opponent out.
Security teams are conducting sweeps through the area at this time.
One of the things that we really like to do is reward the players that are the completionists and the ones that really like to dig deep into what the mechanics of the game have to offer. So what we've done is we've created a system of challenges that are associated with all these different game ingredients, things like mark and execute, or using last known position, or using chokehold and revive mechanics. And by completing those challenges, either in single player or in co-op, the players are earning what are essentially experience points. This is part of our persistent elite creation system. Those points can then be spent upgrading existing weapons and equipment the players have already unlocked, or by customizing the appearance of their avatar in the game. We figure the 4 missions of the co-op story mode at this stage run about 5 to 6 hours for typical players, depending on whether they're more stealthy, more methodical, or more action-oriented. That's 5 to 6 hours, obviously, on top of what they're going to be playing already for single player. In terms of deniable ops, it's actually really hard to say. There's 6 maps in total, each of which is broken into zones of roughly 15 to 20 minutes each, about 4 to 5 zones, depending on the map. Those zones can then be applied to many of the different modes that we have, the 4 modes: Hunter, Infiltration, Last Stand, and Face Off. So you multiply that out by the different difficulty levels that we're supporting, and frankly, I mean, it's many dozens, if not hundreds of hours of gameplay for the ones that want to come back and come at it again and again, for sure. We definitely have something planned as part of the Uplay offering. We're going to be revealing more about that a little bit later on. But rest assured, yeah, there's definitely going to be stuff there that's exclusive to Uplay. There's definitely plans for DLC. We're going to be revealing more about that at a later time.
Come on, you. Faster.
Splinter Cell Conviction will be out on February the 25th of 2010 for both Xbox 360 and for the PC.
Yeah! Surrender!